What's up? This is the Vinyl Casket, home to the lamest taste. Check me out on Instagram, Twitch, and YouTube, all at the Vinyl Casket. One word, subscribe, like, and comment. Hit the bell for much, much more. This is a casket review on a Netflix original that premiered on September 29th, 2023. This is Nowhere. Nowhere is a film that is country of origin is Spain. I don't know why it was so hard for me to get out. I reacted to this trailer and thought the trailer was awesome and very original and very different. After release, my first two attempts of trying to watch it, I was just like, being that it was fully in Spanish, I had a hard time with the subtitles. And then when I tried the dub, it just wasn't syncing right. It was weird. I didn't enjoy it. I did get a comment on my YouTube channel on the trailer reaction about where the review was. So I decided to power through it and actually watch this movie from start to finish, even though I was going to leave it behind because I wasn't really enjoying it. My experience with trying to watch it. So I powered through, and I will say a couple things. First off, I think the English dubbing of this was pretty bad. I don't think the voice selection really matches like the characters' looks. Like the voices don't match like sound wise. While also the things don't really sync up that well. Like it could be a little bit better. That's not my problem as much as just the voice choice doesn't match the visual face. When I watched it in Spanish, it's fine. Story wise, I feel this story was drawn out a lot longer than it needed to be. This is an hour and 49 minutes. I think this could have been an hour and 20 minutes, maybe even just an hour. There's a majority of this movie where it's just the one character and eventually her baby in a shipping container floating in the water, and there is nothing else. It's just a lot of character development and suspense and what's gonna happen next, how's this gonna end. It's just the same kind of thing dragged out for a very long time. The beginning of this film was nice. I like the concept here of why these people were trying to escape this country. I like the whole sequences of events of transporting, how they get split up, her and her husband, and that whole thing. I did not like towards the end when she finally gets a phone call into the husband. His shipping container sunk a very long period of time before that happened. So I do not like that. I don't think that makes sense thematically with this. I think that's a little weird. There's a lot of things here in this film that I thought were stretched. Like the beginning, the setup, the lead in was cool. And then it feels like just there were some really great filmed scenes here. Some very good visuals, some great editing, some good stuff. I don't think the story was strong enough in the middle to hold it to the length that it was and to end the way that it did. I like the ending. I like the beginning. I like the lead in. I like the idea of the plot. I don't like the follow through in the middle of this movie. I just find it a little bit boring. I felt it drawn out. I felt it at times was, a little too much. It was doing too much to try to, exist. Like it felt like all this was unnecessary. Even though some of it was well done and good acting, it was just seemed like it did not need to be there, to the point where like I could have cut it all out. Could have ended up in there, had the kid floated there, eventually the thing sank, and then the fight with the whales and stuff, eventually she gets found. There's a long period of time in this movie where it just feels like it's just the same thing, and it's darkly lit. It feels very repetitive. It was just a hard sell for the middle of this movie. Concept wise, I think this is great. I just don't think that it was for me, and the language barrier probably did something made it a little bit harder for me to interpret and understand, but it was just strange. I'm gonna give this movie a, what did I write down? All right, I'm gonna give it a 2.2 out of 5. While I don't think this is the worst movie I've ever seen, I don't think I would ever watch this again. Um, Obviously, being that a huge chunk of this movie, it's just the one character, there's almost no dialogue. So you're sitting there just watching this woman float around and have a absolute terrible time in a shipping container in water. Um, and that's only entertaining for such a period of time before it's just like repetitive. It felt like the most of the movie was just this woman spinning around in a shipping container, and I know that's not accurate. It just felt weird. Obviously, I expect people to have a better time with this movie that were more excited about it. I liked the trailer, but it did not do what I wanted it to for me. I think visually this is great. I think acting, she did a great job. I think editing and visuals and technical aspects, I think this is a very well made Netflix original movie. Just not for me. 2.2. That's what I'm going to do. Get in the comments. Let's talk about it. I'm willing to discuss this with you guys. Remember to check out Instagram, Twitch, and YouTube, all at The Violent Casket, all one word. We can subscribe, like, and comment. Hit the bell for much more. Do me a massive favor and stay lame.